Welcome to Guzzler.
Hello and welcome to the Guzzler podcast. It's been a little while since we've done this. Well, it feels like it's been ages. Probably hasn't been that long. You probably had one 2 weeks ago. But actually for us, well for me at least, it feels like ages. Nearly 3 weeks. So we missed last week because all three of us, all coincidentally, and it genuinely was coincidentally, all in isolation at the same time.
Well, yours weren't. Yours was because you were near me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But me and Dec had COVID.
Yeah.
We've done it.
How
Dec.
are you both now?
Yeah, I was fine anyway.
I've only got one lung now, but I'm alright.
Good.
I had to get the other one removed. Infested. Yeah, I'm fine. The problem was, we didn't do podcasts because I was a bit ill. And I wasn't even that bad, but like I was too ill to sit and have a chat and have a laugh. And then I was absolutely fine, except I got a cough, which is like the last thing you want when you're recording a podcast, is someone coughing and spluttering. So the timing just didn't work out, basically.
See, I didn't have any COVID symptoms, but I had symptoms of just some other illness. Like I had a phlegmy chest, it wasn't dry.
You had gout, didn't you?
Nah.
You got diabetes.
Yeah.
Because you didn't move.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I think I had every single symptom. I think I could have written the NHS website.
Guzzler Podcast.
Well, today we're going to sort of talk about a few of the things sort of being in the news, and I'm going to sort of add some things to it, I suppose. So last night, when we're filming this, I suppose this week, we was in the Euro Cup final and we lost. And then that morning, Monday morning, we woke up to a lot of racism. Not we didn't. We didn't receive a lot of racist remarks. They received a lot of racist remarks because Rashford, Saka,
Sancho.
and Sancho all lost their penalties. Now, Alfie sent me this thing earlier, which was about making a social media for where you have to show your ID and stuff like that, so people can be held accountable for what they say.
That was my £1 million idea, wasn't it?
I mean,
it was.
I had that idea.
We'll go back a little way.
A while ago,
yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And
It's
a great idea. However,
finding out how to make a website.
People are saying that you don't know who's being racist because they're saying it with like fake names and stuff like that. Sure, they should be able to find him. They found Bin Laden.
Yeah, but like it's more about making it easy to find them, isn't it? And easy to notice who's without having to and also I don't think you can. If you just made a random email address, how can anybody find you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you not track it to
an
my
IP
iPhone
address?
tells
Not
me
really.
If you use a
got,
VPN,
login.
Yeah, if you use VPN, it's impossible.
there's no way that anyone's doing anything.
It's very easy to be anonymous on the internet. It's not hard at all.
Bin Laden, you should use a VPN, shouldn't he? When he was streaming
And
Peppa Pig or whatever it was they found on him.
I know this is controversial, but is it genuinely worth resources to track down some 16-year-old who's made a fake account and put some monkey emojis and probably doesn't really know
What it means.
Like he might not actually be a race. He might not actually be going out and it's not that explicit. It's just a child being an idiot.
Yeah, not
Probably.
knowing what they're saying.
I don't know how much is that worth that much in terms of resources and time into tracking them down just to say you can't do that, and they'll go and then they'll just carry on anyway because they're children.
I mean, there's the other end of the scale where people are very explicit. Like there was the one of the directors of Savills. I don't know if you saw this trending this morning.
No.
That had used the N word and said the N word made us lose. And then they found him on LinkedIn because he'd used his actual name on Twitter and he'd used his actual name on LinkedIn, and they found Savills, and Savills just sacked him on the spot.
Good.
Which is brilliant.
I'm not saying that a lot of these people are I mean, obviously they're racists, and a lot of these people do deserve to have that highlighted and it to be brought up, and they are bad people. But I just think in a world where it's so easy to be anonymous and to just post whatever you want and shitpost and be a troll, it's probably not worth the resources. If you make everybody put ID down, not only does it make it easier, but it just makes people think about their behaviour a little bit more.
Yeah, it does that. People are held accountable for what they do.
That's the thing.
On the internet.
People won't think I'm anonymous, so they won't post these things because they're probably not actually racist. If you know what I mean. I know that's bad to say, but there's a difference in my opinion between someone who's happy to put monkeys on Insta and who's actually a racist, bad person. They're still bad people, but there's grades to it.
Yes. No, I agree with that. I do agree with that. So I was ashamed about the Euros. We was all hyped up about that, and sadly it didn't come over. But something else that was quite great that happened yesterday was Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic. Do you see this?
I did see
I
this,
didn't.
but I don't know if it was great.
Right. Do tell.
I mean, no one on Twitter thinks it's great. Everyone on Twitter hates him, and they hate the fact that he's been to space. Everyone's annoyed about it.
That's just jealousy. Just jealousy.
It's a complicated discussion, isn't it?
What happened?
Because everyone's point is basically Richard Branson went to space yesterday because who else was it said they were going to do it, and he wanted to beat him.
Well, he wanted to beat Jeff Bezos and
That's
Elon
it.
Musk.
Right.
Jeff Bezos. So he went to space. But he didn't even go to space. He didn't even properly leave the atmosphere. He just sort of he went high.
Went zero
but
gravity.
He didn't leave space. But anyway,
He went 53 miles up.
the reason everyone on Twitter is angry is because it's billionaires playing their billionaire games of trying to go to space before each other and trying to compete and stuff and spending millions and millions of pounds on these things when there's things that could be solved on Earth. But it's a complicated discussion. But I didn't see a single person who was excited for him for going to space. Everyone was just annoyed at him. Literally everybody.
I think that it's because Virgin Galactic's a big thing, isn't it? It's like he wants it to be like an excursion, doesn't he? The regular folk,
Yeah,
I
but
say
rich
regular folk,
people.
it's going to cost a lot
Yeah,
of money.
it's not going to be
It's
normalised
gonna
for
go to-
decades.
No,
That's
no,
the
it won't. No.
problem.
Yeah, it took him 17 years to be able to get this far, and he done it. Yeah, he went 53 miles up in a ship called Unity. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not getting involved in the discussion of, but I mean, I thought it was pretty cool that he took a plane into zero gravity. I think that's pretty cool. I do think that's pretty cool.
I think the problem is, I think a lot of people don't realise that a lot of these big changes and railways and for air, just normal flight and stuff, most of it started out as a rich people thing. It's all started out expensive. It's all had to come from somewhere before it could be commercialised and stuff. But I get what people are saying. But the problem is it's like that redistribution and usage of wealth and stuff. Everyone's like, oh, the money he spent on that, he could have cured world hunger. In terms of monetary funds, maybe, but he hasn't got the actual. He can't actually do it, can he? Let's be honest.
No, exactly. You can't. That's a good point.
It's going to take years for that sort of infrastructure and change and actual properly targeted funding. You can't just literally throw money at Africa and be like, all right, everyone's fine now. You need an organisation to. And there's a lot of logistics to it. I do get what people are saying though. I get why people are annoyed at billionaires, but it's his money. I don't care.
There's this thing when you say about world hunger when Live Aid went and gave Uganda and stuff all these wells for fresh water. I went back 15 years later, and loads of the wells were just full up with rubbish and trash, because the people would be like, "Oh, I've got some rubbish here. I don't know
how to maintain it, do they?
Yeah, I'll put it in the well."
That's
exactly.
the thing. I think people don't think about the sort of logistics of these issues.
One cool thing, because I said this took 17 years to do this. They originally said that the first flight on Virgin Galactic was going to be 2 competition winners, Richard Branson, David and Victoria Beckham, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and Russell Brand and Katy Perry. That shows how long ago this was. Bear in mind, 4 out of the 6 people aren't really together anymore. Aren't together, which is,
Be an awkward flight.
funny. Yeah, it would be an awkward flight, wouldn't it? It would be an awkward flight. I also thought it'd be quite awkward when they were doing the live link up with Richard Branson while he's at zero gravity, and he's going, "Look at this, kids! You can do what I've done. I dreamt like this at your age." If it just malfunctioned and they just came plummeting into Earth and they had to quickly get their seatbelts on and that'd be awkward. That'd be
It's a
awkward.
risky take, isn't it?
Yeah. So we have spoken about this before, but would you do Virgin Galactic if you had the money? Obviously, I don't mean if you got to save up.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Space kind of freaks me out, and I reckon I can have more
I
fun
agree.
with the same funds on Earth. I'd rather just buy 100 jet skis.
That's
I agree with you. I think
99
that-
more jet skis than you can use.
Give them to some Africans, they can bob about on them, can't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or anyone could just bob back, give them to some people
Yeah,
in
just
like,
turn up in Stoke
Brighton.
on Trent with about 50 of them and start handing them out to kids.
Yeah.
You have a fleet.
Yeah. Well, I also think this space is terrifying. But I've seen the photos last night where it's like you're sort of in the atmosphere, but like in space. It's freaky, really freaky. And it got me thinking about what the ideal holiday would be. And if I put you in charge of holidays, you're now a holiday planner, you're an excursionist, a travel agent, and you've got to come up with like a holiday for some people. I want to know what it would be that you've had to plan and you've planned.
I can't think of anything worse than that being my role.
Why?
Anything worse than the whole world. Because I don't give a shit what other people do. I don't care. If I go away, I know what I want to do. If you want to do that as well, fine. Come, mate. We'll have a nice time. But I don't want to plan stuff for other people. Just piss off. Plan your own stuff. Which is bad, considering I'm now a best man for someone. I've got to plan something. Because I don't care.
Alright, well, based off of that then, where would you send them?
Now I've done 2 of these. One's pre-COVID, one's post-COVID. But if it was before COVID,
Nice.
I'd probably take us to New Zealand. To get there, we'd commando crawl, and when we were there, we'd just
What about the sea?
commando crawl, seabed,
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
or just breaststroke.
Yeah, fair enough.
When we got there, just do because you can do loads of activities in New Zealand, like bungee jumping, all that sort of jazz. Just trek in, see some Kiwis,
Sounds nice.
hug
Nice. Nice.
Jacinda Ardern. Just tell her she's a good person.
Alright.
Then start the long journey back.
Yeah.
And then post-COVID, I just thought you ain't getting out of the country for at least the next 2 years, so probably go Cornwall. Again, commando crawl. I just think it's a good way to travel. And when we're there, just fat orgy.
What makes it fat?
Loads of cheese.
Buffet. Yeah.
Have you seen the Louis Theroux episode where he went to that orgy downstairs in that mansion, and everyone had to get in their like pants, all naked, and people just ate like food off of each other and stuff like that. Like,
No.
Is that where you're taking us?
no. No, funny enough, no. Mine is that I came up with 2 ideas. Actually, no. After you go first. You go first.
I quite like the idea of just like nice excursions to just sort of really make people think about their mortality and their place in the universe. So I think maybe sort of like the Nightingale Ward. I know it's shut, but just sort of I think it's nicer that it's shut actually, and you can just sort of feel the space. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You feel the.
So I imagine, rub walls.
But I don't know what's left there. But in my head, there's like a lot of like makeshift beds and like rags and like blood-covered rags and things in my head, and like IV drips and stuff. Just abandoned.
You've been watching too many war
It's
dramas.
like Chernobyl.
Yeah,
Looks like Chernobyl just left.
Yeah. So we go there and we just sort of look around. Maybe spend a couple of days there, just sort of maybe have a bit of a seance,
days there.
a bit of a do some yoga or something. I wouldn't get involved, but they can. And just sort of reflect on what life is and what it means to us all. Really,
That's nice.
I think it'd be quite
Very
deep.
nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's
Don't you think
nice.
And just think, what's the point of life? Why do we carry on? And then if we want to kill ourselves, we'll kill ourselves. You know what I mean? But
You're already in hospital.
yeah, exactly. We've got enough rags. I'm sure there's.
How much are you
rafters.
charging for this excursion?
I'll pay them
Ah, nice. You know what? It sounds like a good deal.
just to spend some time.
I prefer
with
it to
me.
commando
Basically,
crawling to New
I'm
Zealand.
lonely.
Yeah.
This is a cry for help.
Well, mine was a trip to Antarctica on like a ferry
No.
or something.
Fair.
Yeah.
No.
Opportunity to sleep on the ice in a sleeping bag. Can't be any colder than what I was at Reading. One of the days, you're just gonna like wash a penguin.
Wash.
Thought that'd be
Wash
quite
a
nice.
penguin.
Wash a penguin.
Do they need
wash a
washing?
penguin? In this excursion they do. Where we're going.
Cause like they famously they're swimming birds, aren't they? Like famously.
They are.
I imagine they're like one of the cleanest birds you could have picked.
Maybe.
You sound like a right lazy bastard, is what I'm saying, mate.
It's because there was no ostriches. There was no ostriches in Antarctica, and I felt like I had to fill up. I had to fill up one of the days or something.
Why?
So we're washing
what
penguins.
kind of soap are you going to use?
Oh, you know the one with the little red sticker.
I can't imagine
Imperial Leather. Imperial
I can't
Leather.
imagine their skin is very porous. Like the soap probably won't work.
Yeah, but you haven't got to tell the punters this. To them, they're having a nice day.
They're just lathering up
some penguins.
Is it a big penguin or is it the small?
It costs more for the bigger penguins. The smaller penguins are a part of the excursion price. But if you want an emperor penguin, you've got to pay about £150 more.
Are you going to sell it as like a nice act? Like you'll go into Antarctica to clean the penguins, like
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's my next
communities.
one. Yeah, my next one is plant trees, and obviously trees don't grow very often in Antarctica. But again, you haven't got to tell people that we're there to save the planet. Yeah, one of the times we're just going to jump in the water, see how cold it is.
Nice.
We'll probably do. They'll probably win a bottle of Jameson's or something if they stay in it the longest. You know, something nice, something to warm the cockles. So I think that's quite nice.
You should do
and
like
then-
because you're going in a ferry, right?
Yeah.
You should do a thing where like one day you just take buckets of water out the sea and put it in the freezer and then chuck it back in the sea. And you can say you're like trying to fight global warming.
That's
and
good.
You're refreezing the ice caps.
Yeah, that's it. Make it ice. Yeah. I like that.
That's quite
a really
nice.
good idea.
Wouldn't the water warm up before you throw it back in the water? So you're actually heating the water.
Nah, they don't know that.
That's a really good idea, Alfie. On the last day, because obviously you want to save like the last day to be like the big thing, don't you? You want like you want to keep going. Oh, only a couple more days we're going to do that, and they're all of them on the boat in the evening, while they're all singing "Sweet Caroline" or another Neil Diamond classic, doing it on karaoke nights. They're all going, "Oh, I can't wait to do that." Bleep on the last day. What that thing is going to be is we're going to go whaling.
You're whaling.
Yeah,
So
which would be quite nice.
what this sounds like now is it sounds like a lot of bastards going to Antarctica, doing a lot of fake like philanthropic
Like greenwashing.
free. Yeah, like it sounds like you're trying to like clear yourself morally by doing just absolute trash, washing a penguin, throwing some ice cubes into the bloody Antarctic, just so you can whale without feeling bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it
right.
sounds like.
But it'll be sort of sold to you as a lot of the seals are dying.
Oh, it's
We
a
need
cull.
to save the seals. Yeah.
It's a whale cull.
The whales that famously kill seals. Yeah, they
you get
famously
free-
eat seals, not plankton.
Yeah. No. You get 3 harpoons each, but you can buy more.
Yeah, of course you can.
And I think the ice as well. We can take water out of the sea, but you can just. I think we could buy bags of ice on the boat. You know, like when you go to a farm and you can buy like goat food. You can buy little packs of ice that you can just sort of chuck in the sea and you know.
To feel better about yourself.
Yeah,
Like
exactly
little bags of ice, you just sprinkle it back.
Honestly, I reckon I'd
yeah.
rather commando crawl to New Zealand.
No, I'm really pumped
could-
for what I'm doing.
People could bring water back with them on the ferry. Because the Antarctic's like, there's too much water there, isn't there? So they should bring it back.
Okay, right.
That'll
Yes,
save
little
up. Bring
souvenir.
it back to
Yeah.
England. Put it in
Yeah,
like their ponds in
yeah.
their garden or whatever, and you've
Again,
saved the
we
planet.
We could do that as like a free thing. Like you can get
Or-
a bag of water,
'Cause,
or
like-
a bit more money, get a jar.
Like rising sea levels are the problem, innit? So what you should do is, when
Yeah.
you're there, you should just get gallons and gallons of water out the sea and chuck it in the river when you get back.
Yes.
Save
Yeah,
the
like
planet.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah,
No
exactly.
more rising tides, mate. Sea levels. Chuck it all in the river.
So that's nice. And the other idea for a trip is to go to a desert island, sort of have it like a bit of an escape room. Like it's sold to you as like a desert island escape room. Actually, I was gonna say retreat, but it's definitely not. It's like you get to this island and you're there and you're like, you got 2 weeks now. You got to try and survive. It's a bit like an escape room, but really we're all there to help each other. So if they can't eat, we would of course supply them with food. But just sort of like, isn't it, a bit of an experience?
So you'll give them food.
But yeah, they've got to try and find food.
Oh,
It's not gonna
oh,
let
and if
them
they
die.
can't,
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but like-
yeah.
How do you know they're actually trying?
Like, we'll be with them. We'll be with them.
no. What you should do is sit on a boat like a mile offshore, and then give them all like a panic button, and if they need help.
Yeah, but I like the idea of like sort of going with them and sort of showing them this is how you kill a koala bear.
You just want to get involved, mate.
He
Yeah.
just
I like
This is
Dex
how you-
idea.
Yeah.
This is how you kill it, and then
So they
if
try
can't
and
do it-
survive, and then but if it gets real bad, they can press their button. I like that.
Okay, yeah, fine. Well, I get back there on day 14, and there's one person left with just dead bodies lined up along the shoreline.
We should press button then.
Uh,
That's
like a
their
real
fault.
crazy horror
I'd
film, to be
also, if
fair.
you're, you could check in on them though. You ain't just got to sit on your
Yeah.
boat for 14 days, wait for
they
them
they
to
could
die.
have like security on the island,
yeah,
like caretaker or something.
yeah.
Caretaker. Yeah, you have
He
some.
just rakes the sand.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Fine.
this sort of led my mind into thinking that if we were stuck on a desert island, us three are stuck on a desert island, and we've got like a luxury item, we're going to spend a minute. We've got books, some songs, a celebrity with us, and a boat turns up, and they say you can have a knife or a water filter. And between the three of us, I want to just decide what is the best one to have. You can only choose one. What's the best one to have?
Water filter.
Water filter. You can make something that's a knife very, very easily.
Mm. Unless you've got some carbon laying around, then you ain't going to make a water filter, are you?
No, true. Right, it's water filter. Nice. And how are we going to plan to get off this island?
Commander Crawl.
Commander crew, alright.
Where,
And can you make... Go on.
I was just wondering, like, how we end up on this island? Like, where is it?
Play it. In like South Pacific.
Nice.
We're
Nice
probably
weather.
about 50 miles off the next island.
That's not bad. I can swim
Yeah.
that. Easy.
150 miles off the next island.
I could Commander Crawl it.
It's far enough away.
'Cause
that you
David
can't- you can't
Williams
swim
walked
it.
1,500 miles, so I reckon I could swim 50.
Really?
No.
Like it's
But
far enough
like,
where you can't
it-
swim.
50 feels quite visible to me.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know.
No.
It feels like if I could light like a massive fire, someone could see that from 50 miles ain't that far.
Yeah, but no,
I swear-
no. If you think about on Stanton Skegness, you can't really
Yeah,
see
it's
that,
like
can you?
45 miles away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's this a big fire, Declan.
What, you're going to set the whole
big-
island alight?
Apart from the bit I'm stood on.
I think you'd have to build a boat. You'd have to make a boat somehow.
Yeah, I can make a boat. Easy.
Can you
Have I
make
got
energy
kit?
on this island? How easy
You
is
what?
it to make How easy is it to make energy on this island? Can you make energy?
I don't know how you'd use the energy. I don't think you're not that advanced.
Lou's just brought one light bulb
Okay.
as his luxury item.
Depends what you mean by energy. Like, you're not going to be able to make electricity. Like, you can make a
Okay,
fire,
yeah.
which is energy.
Yeah, well, no, like electricity.
But you're
I
not
think the
gonna
idea is
you're
really
start
appealing.
wiring things and that. I don't know where you can get copper from.
Alright, fair enough. Right, and then this led me to the Radio 4 show, which started in the 1940s, called Desert Island Discs. And so it started
Yeah,
as
I've
a
seen it.
BBC show, in which you can take a luxury item, a song, a book, and a celebrity to an island. I've had it in film as well, and I just want to know what all two of you and myself, three of us, would take. And you're allowed 8 songs.
You got an example of a luxury item? Because I'm confused on that. I don't know what counts as a luxury item.
Well, see, I think that
Is it just anything?
I think
Is it
I
like?
think
'Cause it can't
people-
be like renewable, can it? I can't say like shampoo.
no. I mean, no, you could do
Yeah, but I'd have a bottle.
Yeah.
a bottle, yeah. So I think when some people do it on the
everything's trash
show,
is the problem.
yeah. I think a lot of people will say that they'll take like on this show. Sometimes they go, "Oh, I'll take my PlayStation," and the rule is that they can play it. But in my head, I've done it as I've actually got something to help me on this island, so I chose a tent.
See, I did it twice. I've done one as like a serious, I want to survive here, and then the other one's like a stupid, I'm going to die, but I'm going to go out laughing.
Yeah, so I chose a tent. I thought if at least I've got some undercover. It might get really warm in here. I don't know, but at least I feel a little bit protected in this tent.
Yeah, 10's not bad. Not bad. What did you go, Dave?
Right, so my serious one. My celebrity was Bear Grylls.
Yeah, I thought Bear Grylls.
Um,
I actually did write Bear Grylls down. I changed my mind.
my book was How to Build a Raft.
Nice.
Nice.
My 8 songs are the first 8 songs of the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack, which, by the way, is the best album I've ever heard for concentration. My luxury item was a pocket pussy, and my film was the first Madagascar because they, ended up on an island.
Oh,
But what?
Survival tips, is it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
They make like a tiki bar.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna wake up one morning, you've got a tiki bar, mate.
Yeah. My funny one, my celebrity was Greg Davies. I just think he'd tell some really good stories. My book was the Gemma Collins autobiography.
Nice. I get you. Through.
Just something I can burn paper.
Oh, okay.
My 8 songs. One of them is All My Friends by Snake Hips, Chance Rapper.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh my friends.
Then there's volumes 1 to 6 of Weightless by Marconi Union. That's 7. And then number 8 is White Woman's Instagram by Bo Burnham. Just because funny. My luxury item on that one is Pocket Pussy, and the film is Madagascar. Yeah.
Well, creativity ran out, did it?
No, I just didn't. Why would I change perfection? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mine is a 10. My luxury item. My celebrity. I heard you say Bear Grylls, and I was like, oh yeah. But I went with your funny answer. But yet mine is serious. Mine is Bob Mortimer, and again because it does some funny stories to tell, I'd be well entertained. My book is To Kill a Mockingbird because I absolutely love it. My songs. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, I've got Bloodhound Gang, Bad Touch.
Oh, tune.
I feel like I just get entertained by that. I've got Coming Home by Keith Urban. That's one of my favourite songs. Everlong by Foo Fighters. Love It If You Made It by the 1975. Heart Out by the 1975. Venga Boys. I feel like, I like to party. Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd. And that's just, again, one of my favourite songs. I feel like that would just sort of bring the mood up. Sweet Home Alabama. So that's my 8 songs. My film, I think that I struggle to think of a film, but I think it would probably be it'd probably be something like Zootopia or something like that, like an animated film. Just because I think that I just couldn't really get bored of it, and it would just entertain me. That or like Finding Dory. I just think I'd have a nice time watching it. Again, with like your Madagascar,
Dory.
and like
The
I
only
don't think
film
that's
you can watch.
Yeah.
For the rest of eternity.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad one, Madagascar, to be fair. At least you'd go... Like, ideally, I'd choose something like Dead Poets Society or Truman Show or something like that. But like, eventually, when you got one film, you'd be a bit like, wow.
I mean, the
come on.
King Julian also makes like a tiki woman, doesn't he?
He does.
So something I could put my pocket pussy into if I worked out how to make it, and I'll just have like a girlfriend on the island. Someone to really love me.
Like 100-foot one.
Yeah, someone to really love me in my last days,
Right.
You may love Greg Davies.
I reckon it'd be really...
There's a whole lot of
I reckon it'd be really tight. Where my pocket pussy would be like a bit more lenient.
Lenient.
It would be after 20 years on this island, mate.
Yeah. I'm just watching Finding Dory in Madagascar all day. And what's yours then?
I think I quite like a lighter, because I definitely could not start a fire. 110%.
But you're bringing Bear Grylls, so he can light the fire.
I'm not taking Bear Grylls. I thought about Bear Grylls, but I thought he's a bit of a prick and he'd get on my nerves. He'd be real smug as well, wouldn't he, every time he did something. I couldn't deal with that. I'd rather die. So I actually put Stephen King, but the problem is he's really old. But I like the idea of having like a really, really good storyteller there, like someone who can actually tell you, like, because I could take one book, but if I can take Stephen King, don't matter, does it?
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
you could eat him.
He's the ultimate storyteller.
That's what I took Bob Mortimer, and he's alright at fishing. Well, he's not at all, but like, at least he
he's
knows
old,
how.
So he's going to die soon, which is an issue. He's like 76 or something. But and then book, I've got a massive book in my room of complete Sherlock Holmes. It's like 1,800 pages. I've only ever read one of them. I thought that would keep me going for... That's at least like a 50-hour read.
At least a 50-hour read.
So it'd take me a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More than... what book did you put, Lou? Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird. You read it, mate. Film, I went with Chef. Just it's the ultimate feel-good film.
Yeah.
The ultimate feel-good film. Nothing bad happens in it. It's just high after high, mate. I don't
Just
even
like
need...
Finding Dory.
I'd argue the start's a little low.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But like you need a bit of a fall before you have it. But he has like a little fall and then a meteoric rise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then songs. I don't like a lot of these songs, to be honest. But I wrote them down anyway. I went with did you do a Little Piece of Heaven by Avenged Sevenfold?
Yeah. It's a
like
mad song.
8 minutes long. There's a lot of different. It's a bit like Bohemian Rhapsody. There's a lot of different voices.
Right.
There's a story.
Sing it.
I just thought it would keep me quite entertained. Do you know what
Sing
I mean?
it now.
No. And then I went Wise Men by James Blunt. So I used to listen to it with my
yeah.
mum. And it's on the
Yeah,
in
that's a good
between us the scene where he throws up on that child. You know that scene
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Simon's babysitting, he just spews all over the
Yeah.
kid. It's on the radio in that scene. It's in the background. I thought it makes me chuckle. Maybe Tomorrow by Stereophonics.
Oh,
'Cause I
good
like
song.
that song. There's a Ghost in My House by Ardeen Taylor, just because me and Dad used to listen to it. Holding On to You by 21 Pilots. Build Me Up Buttercup by The Foundations. Just a bit of
nice.
a nice cheerful song. Robbers by 1975 and Babylon by David Gray. Just get me through.
That's some nice songs.
My
though.
other option for songs was anything by Atomic Kitten.
Yeah, their whole
Anything.
discography. I
Of
imagine they
course.
only have 8 songs.
Probably
So,
only 8 good ones.
there you go. 8 good ones. You're optimistic.
I like that. That was a good list of songs, Alfie. Babylon, Maybe Tomorrow. That was nice. Wise Men.
It's quite
That's
quite
good.
like reflective tunes, but
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
got Venga Boys and Sweet Home Alabama.
but you don't want to be in Ireland. You need to be able to weep when you're on your own desert island, don't you? You need to be able to just think, how's it come to this? Like literally,
Yeah.
how's it come to this? I
was
leave the
actually-
house.
I was going to choose Robbers, but then I thought, it's a bit sad, isn't it? So I thought, Heart
Yeah,
Out.
but there's no point. Like realistically, are these songs gonna cheer you up? Probably not.
There's no way I'm sitting on Desert Island crying to Venga Boys.
So you are.
100%.
You're regretting your choice.
It
mate.
will.
That's
It will
why.
be the low point in your life.
You want songs that like really grab you in the heart, and you can just like bellow. When Stephen King's dead beside you, he only lasted a day.
Sweet Home
And you just-
Alabama.
Stephen King immediately got infected and died. He's been dead a week. You ain't been there 4 days, and you just
He got it on the plane here.
You just bellow your tunes out, don't you?
Fair enough.
Brilliant.
Imagine if your celebrity guest dies on the plane on the way there. Fantastic.
A singer would be quite good, to be fair.
It would, yeah. You
But
want
I
someone
could
like
just
a big
take-
backlog of songs.
Yeah, I could just take. I don't like Ed Sheeran, but I could just take like Taylor Swift or something,
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, Taylor Swift, Gaga, they got a good backlog.
and they
don't
can just. I've got all the music I want right there.
Yeah, that's a good
Who
point.
would I
Yeah,
take?
Michael Bublé. Yeah.
That's why I took an author because I thought books, but
Oh,
like, you couldn't take like a director.
who's-
a bit useless.
who-
Karatini.
Who's the fellow that puts his hand up the bird's ass?
Oh, David Attenborough.
What?
No, he's a ventriloquist, isn't he? He's got a green duck.
Orville.
That's him. Henry and Orville.
Orville's the bird.
Yeah. Yeah, take them.
Any reason why?
I just want.
Just think, he's got good handwork up your ass.
Well, yeah, something
You'd kill
somewhere
him
else.
in the hour, mate.
Somewhere else to put me pocket pussy.
inside
You'd murder him.
Nice. And then my final bit of this podcast is actually that for ages I was a massive fan of Come Dynamite. I used to love Come Dynamite. I used to watch it all the time. And this question comes up loads and loads and loads. I haven't asked on this podcast, so I thought it'd be a good one. And that is, what would be your dream dinner party? So on Come Dynamite, there's the maximum you can have is 5 people. So who are the other 4 people? I've actually chose 5. Who are the other 4 people that you would have in a dream dinner party? They can be dead or alive.
Is language an issue?
No.
So like, I don't want him, but like, say I wanted like Shakespeare, I probably couldn't really like, even though it's English, I couldn't really communicate with him. I can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
And then obviously, like, if I wanted someone literally who doesn't speak English, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, your
I'm
fourth
fine
guest doesn't got
then,
to be like a
mate.
translator.
I'm sorted then, mate.
Yeah, fine. Go on, Declan.
So I've done this twice again. One is like relatively serious, it's not really, and then the other one is flat out ridiculous. So my relatively straightforward one is Bo Burnham. I just think he's funny. I think he'd start singing at some point if I got him drunk enough. The next one's Robin Williams, just for the laugh.
That's a good choice.
The next one's David.
He's a bit depressing though, isn't he?
Next one's David Attenborough. Just want to give him a hug. And then
Oh.
the last one's Adele. No explanation needed there.
I feel like there might be one needed.
Yeah, but she's just an
He's a
idiot, isn't
massive
she?
Adele
And
fan?
I reckon like I could get
Oh.
Bo Burnham and Adele to harmonise at some point in the night, and that would be quite good, wouldn't it? And then my
Are
ridiculous.
you a big Adele fan?
Yeah.
No, not at all. You don't like her anyway.
Nah, not really. But my stupid one is just all four Teletubbies.
Oh,
I reckon it'd just be manic.
They all
I
got.
reckon it'd get boring quick.
I think it'd be absolute chaos. Like genuine.
Did you see they all got vaccinated recently?
Oh, did they?
Oh, they're definitely not coming in my house then.
Did you not see that?
No, I didn't know.
They all got vaccinated. So did the Hoover thing.
They're not bringing their tracking
Oh.
devices into my house.
No.
It was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They all got
Alfie,
vaccinated.
who would you bring?
I've cheated a little bit. Because instead of 4 people, I've just said I want to meet Gemma Collins 4 times. make a week of
You
it.
thought language would be a
Yeah.
barrier?
Like dinner date, but just the same
that's
woman.
why I asked. That's why I asked if I could communicate with her. Yeah, if language would be a barrier or not. Because if I ain't got magic, there's no way I can communicate with that cow.
Yeah, well,
I put Stephen King again. I just think he's got a lot of stories. He's a very interesting man. I'd love to talk to him about when he got hit by the car. I've read excruciating detail in his book, but I just think it's such an interesting thing to talk to someone about because he was literally on the brink of death. He
Really?
couldn't type. He wrote like 2 books with a typewriter. He had to handwrite. He couldn't type at all because it was too painful because he almost died.
he could handwrite, but he couldn't type.
Yeah, he couldn't type at all. It was
Oh.
it was to do with like the way he was seated and stuff, and like it was strange.
Hmm.
But yeah, he was literally right on the brink of death. He's literally just walking his dog, and a car just appeared out of nowhere and just took him out. But yeah,
How
and
much
obviously
had he
like
written before that?
of what?
Had he written many books before he had the car crash?
Yeah, loads. This was like I think it's about like 2000. He got hit by a
Oh.
car.
Okay, right.
So he'd been writing for like 20 years, or whatever.
Yeah.
But Dreamcatcher's the book he wrote straight after his crash. And apparently it's a bit shit, but to be fair to him, he was in agony, like absolute agony. He's a very interesting man. He has a very interesting life. And then I put Einstein because obviously I'm a physicist and I'd like to meet Einstein. He's a genius. Then I put Hitler just because it's quite interesting. I would just try and be like I'll just sort of chat him up a little bit.
Your English is.
Tell him my mum's a Jew or something.
Your
for
English
laugh.
is showing a little bit. Wanting to meet Hitler.
I'll tell him I'm disabled, half black, and my mum's a Jew, just to see if it riles him up or not.
Your
Yeah,
other
yeah.
3 guests should have been like disabled, a Jew, and a gypsy.
Yeah,
Just-
that is true actually. Well, my other guest is Jesus.
Oh well, yeah, there we go. King of the Jews.
Thanks.
To be fair, disabled. You had Stephen King. Is he
I've brought
disabled
Jesus
or is he not?
because they say I'm not religious at all, but they say Jesus was a real man, like historically was a real man.
Yeah, like Joshua.
I think it'd be
His actual name
I
is.
think it'd be really interesting to meet the man that caused like.
See, I thought about Jesus for that exact reason, but then
think that'd be
but then
quite
I went for Adele because I thought she'd be funnier.
That's like a proper like Life of Brian thing. Like he's sitting at your table and you're like, so Jesus, and he was just like, I was just at the wrong place at the right time, and stories got
Yeah.
made.
Jesus, Hitler, Stephen King, and Einstein.
So mine was so this one I genuinely couldn't pick between these 2. Mine was Russell Brand or Ricky Gervais, and the reason for that is because they're both incredibly clever, they're both incredibly funny, and they're both really philosophical. They talk a lot about religion and philosophy and stuff like that. They're both really intelligent, and I like that sort of chat. So I think that'd be quite
Yeah,
good.
the difference is Ricky Gervais is right, whereas Russell Brand's wrong. He just chat shit.
Well, maybe, but it's entertaining. It's what they're there for at the party.
I was hoping that'd bother you more. I'll be honest. I was trying to get a reaction.
No. And then the next one is Walt Disney. I just think that he was a bit of a genius, really. I think he was a great guy. But
See,
also
I just went
think
straight
that,
for Hitler, mate.
When
I cut out the middle man.
yeah, not to worry about the minions. I'd love for there's that Doctor Who episode where Van Gogh comes back to present day. I'd love to see what Walt Disney would think. Love to see what Walt Disney would think of his company now. And like what
Make
they've
him
done.
cry.
And stuff. Yeah, just like, what have you done? Yeah. Just show him all 3 Cars films and just watch him weep. That'd be quite nice.
Sitting Disney down, just showing the worst film. Just the worst thing.
These are the best. This is the best you've got now. And then show him that. Yeah, just see what. Imagine if he was like, "This is amazing." I'm like, you wait till you've seen Toy Story, mate.
He would be amazed, though, wouldn't he? Because of like the technology and
Yeah, he would. Yeah. But like, if he like that, I'd be like, Raya and the Last Dragon, mate, it's gonna blow your socks off. If you like cars.
You've given me a lot of good ideas now. I like Alfred Hitchcock and show him like Ouija or something.
Yeah.
Be like, you'll love this, mate. You'll bloody love this. This is where cinema's gone.
Yeah.
Sharknado or something.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. You know, you was the king of horror. Yeah. Well, this is Unfriended.
Get Kubrick, watch it. He'll love it. He'll love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
You thought you made The Shining well, mate. You watch this. This is a cracker.
You watch
Absolute
Mama.
cracker.
Yeah. Love that. Yeah. I'll just take Martin Luther King to Wembley last night and just see that actually not a lot's changed.
Yeah.
That's dark, Louis. That's not even funny.
You really took this to a different turn.
Yeah. My other 2 is the Queen. I'd like to just there for a couple
You
of
want to
hours,
slip in a
just
cheeky
have
finger, yeah?
see what,
Now that
rather not meet a historic monarch.
Now that old Philip's gone, you want to slide in?
I could have a historic monarch, but I feel like just having
Henry VIII or something.
the Queen who we see a lot. I'd like to see her just sitting there with
You're
like.
basically just meeting your nan, mate.
Yeah, but she's had a totally different life to us. Imagine her sitting there with Russell Brand. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, true.
And then
That
my
is
fourth one, I think again, he just got some good stories. He's a bit of a lad, and that's just Obama. I just feel like he'd have some good chat.
Yeah, again, you can meet like JFK, Nixon.
Yeah, I could have done. Yeah, I just think Obama's a bit
I'm
of a
not
lad.
judging. I'm just
So that's my pie. That's my pie. I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah,
quite like
it's
it.
alright, mate. I mean, you picked
Yeah.
5 though, but
Yeah, I don't know who to choose out of the first. I'll invite them both, and if one can't come, I'll have the other one.
quite like Jack the Ripper. Find out who he is. Madeleine McCann. Ask her where she's been.
Yeah, just anyone on the Mary Celeste.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What happened then, lads?
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I feel like I'm using this as an opportunity just for some gossip, really.
yeah. Jack the Ripper.
Just to get the
Madeleine
dirt.
McCann.
Madeline. Yeah. I think it's just the that plane, MH whatever.
Yeah.
MH370.
Yeah, you want the
Yeah,
plane
the
or
pilot
the
off that.
pilot?
See
Yeah,
what he's
the
been up
pilot.
to.
Yeah, that's nice. That's real
It's
good.
quite. I feel like I get a lot of interesting information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be a crazy dinner party.
It would be mad, wouldn't it? It'd be
Imagine
absolutely
like,
mental.
the next day. Oh, what did you get up to last night? Mate, you'll never guess who blooming Jack the Ripper is.
No, I mean, no one would know.
No, they wouldn't
Well,
know.
they-
He's like, who? He's like, his name was George.
Well, the theory now is that it was a woman, wasn't it? You heard this?
I don't know.
We had some mental.
They
theories, we
they
did.
think that Jack the Ripper was a midwife because it would make sense how she could murder so many prostitutes in such a short amount of time, where they were given birth and she'd just kill them.
There's lots of theories that we should do a podcast on it. It's an amazing
We
story.
went-
It's
we
it's
did a
incredible.
tour in London, didn't we, Lou?
Yeah, we did a Jack the Ripper tour, and it was truly remarkable. The whole story of Jack the
Well,
Ripper is
I don't believe anything that guy said, but yeah.
truly amazing. Oh, no, I'm a big fan of his one. The story in From Hell is the one that I believe, but I don't know if it's the reason I believe it is because I actually believe it, or just because it seems like one that people talk about a lot.
Oh, he's chatting shit, mate.
So I'm convinced.
And he blamed the Freemasons, didn't
He
he?
did blame the Freemasons.
My
yeah.
granddad was a Freemason, and he only killed 3 or 4 people, so it's definitely not.
Only confirmed. Only
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
And he wouldn't murder a woman, just children. He had morals.
Nice.
Naturally.
So what are we drinking then this evening, gentlemen?
So I think I've had this before. If anyone who's listening, literally anyone at all, would like to go back and find out if I've actually had this, it's called Hardy's Crest. Apparently it's a mix of Cabernet, Shiraz and Merlot. I'm pretty sure I've had this in a small bottle from Tesco. It's got a long description, so I can't be asked to read it. But it says store in a Duck Place. It's 100% carbon neutral company, actually, which is quite nice.
Really?
Yeah. It's a red. It's all right. It's dry. It's honestly, it's drier than a nun's underside. I wouldn't recommend it if I'm being honest with you. But if there's nothing on the shelf, you could have it.
Nothing at all. Go on then, Alf.
Do you ever go reading that, mate? Because I haven't got a bloody clue what that says.
No, I haven't either.
Cribbit?
I haven't.
Cribbit?
Are you
Orbit?
Orbit.
Are you a frog now?
Orbit.
It says orbit.
Orbit.
It does look like a C, though, don't it?
It does actually, yeah. I only realised it was Orbit when I turned it on the other way, to be fair.
Orbit Dead Wax London Porter.
It says here, on the side, it says, there's like a volume dial. Heritage nil compared to fad, I know.
Yeah.
And it's
I
quite
don't know what that means.
rich on malt compared to roastiness. I don't know what that means either. And it also says serve at 8 to 10 degrees Celsius.
Quite
Don't
warm.
know. Yeah, I don't know what mine is. It came out of the fridge.
Your fridge won't be. Your fridge will probably be like 6 or
Yeah.
7 degrees, I imagine.
Yeah, because it cools.
Nice.
Normal fridges cool wine at 7. So
Yeah, I think they're normally about 7.
So by the time I got it
8
out,
to 10
and it's been
feels a
sitting
little
there,
bit on the warm side.
it's about 8 to 10 now then, right? Because it would have...
Yeah.
if I pulled out
Mate,
I pulled out a block of cheese and it was 8 to 10 degrees, I'd be
Yeah, exactly.
probably would have curdled.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it's the most standard porter I've ever had.
Yeah.
It just tastes
Yeah.
like porter. If you had to say, if someone said to you what's a porter, I'd give them that.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing weird about it. There's no twist. It's just a
I
straight
think
porter.
it tastes a bit berry-like.
Maybe a little bit.
It-
Maybe that's. The bottle looks quite berry though, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe it is that, to be fair. 'Cause yeah, because even with the lid,
It
the lid
looks
is
like
sort
that,
of like a
bit like that
burgundy.
fruitage one. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it might be like...
Is it
subliminal, yeah.
just like a pair of denim jeans, just standard boot cut?
Yeah, you just think,
Yeah.
like I say, if I had to give someone an example of a porter, I'd just give them that. There's nothing. It's just it's a porter, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is exactly
That is
that.
just what a porter tastes like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd even probably give it 2.5 on the app out of 5 because it is just.
Probably so,
It
yes,
existed.
you're right. So that was a
Not bad,
podcast. Hope
though.
you... No, it wasn't bad at all. No. That was a podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week, then, is something about... No, actually, we did morals last time, so next time it's Declan.
Yeah, we did morals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, deck next.
I think I'm going to ask you boys some big questions.
Nice,
Right,
mate.
nice.
I look
Get your
forward to it.
thoughts.
Nice. Excellent. All right, then. Well, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this Guzzler podcast.